Hey guys, great to be here with you today. Today is part 3 of the questions and statements we're looking at, and today we're looking at the record of the church. When this question or statement is brought up, it can make people think about all the bad that has been done by the church. Stuff done by people in recent times and stuff done hundreds of years ago. So if we know all that kind of thing that's been going on, how can going to church or being a Christian be good if the people that do go to church and are Christians do all that bad? I think the most important thing we need to realise is that people, like Christians, aren't perfect. People do wrong things all the time. And being a Christian doesn't mean that we're perfect. What it means is that we realise we're not, and that we know we need the help of Jesus in our lives. And that's the other thing. When we look at church or Christianity or Christians, they might not always show a good picture, and sometimes they do things that seem quite opposite to what we think they should be doing. But those that are not, those are not the things that we should be following or copying. We shouldn't be looking at the followers of Jesus, but Jesus himself. Jesus lived the perfect life. He is the perfect example for us all to look at and to follow, not his imperfect followers. There are plenty of examples in the Bible of when Jesus' disciples got it wrong. In Luke 9, James and John show their loving nature by asking Jesus if they should call down fire from heaven on a Samaritan village. And another time, Jesus had just told his disciples that he was going to die and that he had to die for everyone's sins. And then they ask him if they can have the best seat in heaven after it's all done. Now, I'm not sure that was what Jesus was actually teaching them to do during his time with them. But even though they spent all that time with Jesus, they still got it wrong. And we're no different. We shouldn't follow the imperfect followers. We should follow the perfect Jesus. And there is a difference between those that go to church and those that have accepted Jesus into their lives. Those that are just there or just part of it, and those that actively want to change the way they live and live for Jesus. And yes, there has been some bad things done in the name of Christianity or even by those that call themselves Christians. But there's also been a lot of good done in the name of Christianity or by Christians. But often those good things don't really reach the news and we don't always hear about it. Like the first people to oppose slavery when slavery was widely accepted were Christians. And often Christians would buy slaves just so they could set them free. And William Wilberforce, who led the movement to abolish slavery, was a Christian, and he was successful in doing so. Christians have spearheaded the start of schools, hospitals, and loads of other kind of things that we use today, something that we can be very, very thankful for. And Christians started the Red Cross as well, which is an organisation that helps people worldwide whenever a crisis happens. There's loads of good things done in the name of Jesus that we can sometimes forget or that can get overshadowed. But if we look at the record of the church, we'll see and read about the amazing example of Jesus, that he is the example we should follow and not those that follow him. And that when we do follow the example of Jesus correctly, then amazing things can happen. People are healed all around the world because of Christians acting like Jesus. And that is something that we shouldn't forget when we look at the record of the church.